What's up guys, Scott here with Wandering the Wilderness, and today we're going to do a tabletop review. This review is going to be on the new crossbow that I purchased to get ready for hunting season this year. North Carolina archery season opens in September the 11th, which is 9/11. Just happened to work out that way this year. I'm not going to be able to hunt this weekend, going camping with the cargo conversion trailer, but the following weekend I'll be in the woods ready to put some meat on the table. So this year, the new crossbow that I have purchased and I am really excited about is the CENTERPOINT CP400 with helicoil. Really excited about this because one, it's not your low-end budget crossbow. Before this, for the last couple of years, I've been using a Barnett Jackal, which is a great introductory crossbow, but I really had difficulty getting consistent on-point shots, and I had problems with scopes, so I put a different scope on and did a little better. I was harvesting deer, but I missed more than I liked. With this upgrade, we should cut down on that. If I shoot a deer, I want to be able to bring it home. I don't want to injure anything, so having the right tool for the right job is important. So anyway, let's get into this CENTERPOINT CP400. This just came today. I opened it up, assembled it. The only things that I had to put on was the detachable quiver that comes on here, and you can push it. You can put this on the left or the right side. It comes with both pieces to do that, and the scope. I just had to attach the scope to the rail. Everything else was ready in the box. The distance here and how narrow this crossbow is quite ridiculous. When it comes to shooting in a blind, or like me, I shoot out of tree stands, that's going to really make the difference when it comes to maneuvering in between those trees and brush, any of those limbs. It's going to help your shooting lanes quite a bit, as well as being in a blind where you typically don't have too much room anyway. The scope, I put it on, and I was shooting, I shot it at 10 yards like it suggests. It says to shoot at 10 yards when you first mount it. So I shot at the 10-yard mark. I was about 6 inches low. Cranked that up, got it adjusted, and I was on point. Stepped back out to 20 yards, and it shot, as I noticed, a little low and to the right. So I adjusted the elevation and windage, got it drilling them, and I'll attach a picture here. Then I stepped all the way back to 50 yards. Now, I would never even attempt to shoot my Jackal at 50 yards. I only shot deer in the 30-yard range with it, all right? So I stepped all the way back to 50 yards, which is, this is my neighbor's building, and at the other side of my shed where I have my target is 50 yards. I hit it up on a rangefinder so that I made sure that we got the right area. And 50 yards, 3 shots within an inch. That's ridiculous for a crossbow. I mean, there should be no excuse that I can't put meat on the table. Now, some of you may be the traditionalists. You're going to be anti-crossbow because it's just too much for archery season, takes away the getting real close. And I get that. You know, I'm going to look into, and I'm going to start learning traditional stick archery myself. But when it comes to self-reliance and putting meat on your table for your family, you want to use the best weapon for the job to get it done. All right, and so when it comes to something like this and a crossbow, this is something that during bow season I can take and comfortably harvest anything from a 50-yard radius around me, and that's going to put meat in my freezer. So it depends on perspective. You know, what are you trying to do out in the woods? Are you trying to just challenge yourself as a woodsman and your skill as a hunter? Go with the traditional stick bow. All right, you got to get them close. You got to get it on point. There's very little room for failure. But if your purpose for hunting is providing that delicious meat for your family, get the right tool for the job. And so I have been extremely impressed with this crossbow. Just to show you a couple of the features, the scope does have a green and red dot illumination. It is hashed from 20 yards all the way to 100 yards. All right, has an adjustable AR style buttstock. I like that quite a bit, found my sweet spot. This right here, your stirrup for cocking, also pivots to be a bipod. Now, the only thing that I got to get used to is that when I'm going to cock this back with the string that came with it, the stirrup does wiggle a little bit because it is on a pivot. It wants to kind of move with you as you're pulling back with the force. Not a big deal at all. So it has a really good rubber grip on the M16 style pistol grip, as well as the handguard, and has these safety rails here to prevent you from getting your fingers up in the string. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around, get it sighted in on the scope, or sighted in on the target at 50 yards, and I'm going to take a couple shots and then we'll go see what we did. Stick with me. Alright, so wanted to go ahead and show you how to draw this thing back with the cocking device. Alright, so it is a sled type, so you're going to put the rope over the back of your scope, and you're going to want to pull it all the way to the handles at the sled, and you're going to go underneath this middle piece, and there'll be two grooves right there to line up on your string, and a metal bar to line up where the arrow shaft goes. Once you get it in there, take the string and pull it back over this little groove that's in the back close to the buttstock. Then with your foot in the stirrup, just pull these ropes back, and it cocked, and it is silent cocking it back. Then when you take your cocking device off, you slide it up the rail past your scope, and then you can pull it off. And as you've seen when I was doing that, you've seen how the crossbow pivoted. That's what I was talking about a little bit ago, about the only thing I noticed about that. Then to slide your bolt in, put the white fletching down, slide it all the way up the rail. All right, now we're gonna adjust the camera and I'm gonna take that 50-yard shot. You're sighting it in, you wanna have a good solid platform that you can comfortably set up on to make sure you're getting the best accuracy that you can. Right now I have it on the green illumination. I'm going to take that 50-yard shot. Alright guys, so if you're looking for a great crossbow for this coming archery season, this CENTERPOINT CP400 would absolutely recommend. Shoots quiet, has no problem drilling it at 50 yards, very comfortable to shoot, easy to put together and get sighted in. It is lightweight and compact. Basically with the CP400, they took the CENTERPOINT Sniper and mixed it with the Raven helicoil, which was able to get them to bring those limbs so much closer and give you the ability to get in those much tighter spaces to shoot and hunt. Again, highly recommend it. Great product, shoots great, and you'll be seeing me using this come hunting season. Thanks for watching, guys.